Hey everyone, Arpit here from Izoate. If you're anything like me, you live and breathe for those sweet website analytics. But what happens when the traffic you've worked so hard to build suddenly vanishes? That's what a lot of us are facing after Google's December 2024 spam update. This update has shaken things up in the SEO world, and some sites are seeing major ranking drops. But don't freak out just yet. In this video, we're diving deep into the Google spam update and how to recover. Alright, before we get into fixing your site, let's make sure we're all on the same page. Google is obsessed with delivering the best possible results to its users. That means constantly tweaking its algorithms to weed out spammy, low-quality sites. The December 2024 spam update is one of those big algorithm shifts, and it's all about separating the wheat from the chaff. They're cracking down on anything that looks manipulative, misleading, or just plain bad for users. Even if you haven't intentionally tried to game the system, your site might still get caught in the crossfire. Maybe you've got some outdated SEO tactics in place, or your content isn't quite hitting the mark. If you've noticed a sudden dip in traffic or your rankings have taken a nosedive, there's a chance the spam update is to blame. So, you're probably wondering if the December 2024 update is what's causing your website woes. First and foremost, check your Google Analytics. Have you seen a significant drop in organic traffic starting mid-December? I'm talking about a sudden noticeable decline. Next, head over to Google Search Console. Look for any new manual actions or warnings. Another red flag is a drop in keyword rankings. If pages that used to rank well suddenly disappeared from the search results, that's a clear sign that something's up. Traffic fluctuations can happen for various reasons, but if the timing coincides with the spam update, it's likely Google has flagged your site. But don't panic, we're about to dive into the steps you can take to fix those issues. Alright, let's roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty. The first step to recovering from the Google spam update is to perform a thorough content audit. Start by going through every single page on your website. Look at your blog posts, your product descriptions, your about page, everything. Ask yourself, is this content valuable? Is it informative, engaging, and relevant to my target audience? Or is it thin, outdated, or stuffed with keywords? Ditch the keyword stuffing. Google can smell it a mile away. Focus on naturally incorporating relevant keywords while providing real value to your readers. Make sure your content showcases your expertise, cite credible sources, and provides accurate information. Now that you've tackled your content, it's time to address any spammy practices that might be hurting your site. First up, let's talk about backlinks. These are like popularity votes from other websites, and they're crucial for SEO. But not all backlinks are created equal. If you have a bunch of low-quality or spammy backlinks pointing to your site, it can raise red flags with Google. Use a tool like Ahrefs or SEMrush to analyze your backlink profile. Disavow any links that look suspicious or come from low-quality sources. It's better to have a smaller number of high-quality backlinks than a ton of spammy ones. Make sure your ads are relevant, non-intrusive, and don't overshadow your content. Finally, get rid of any duplicate content. Use a tool like Copyscape to identify and eliminate duplicate content across your site. We've talked about content and spammy practices, but there's another crucial element to acing Google's algorithm user experience. Google wants to serve its users with the best possible websites. If your site is slow, clunky, and difficult to navigate, people are going to bounce faster than you can say algorithm update. Make sure your website loads lightning fast. Use a tool like Google PageSpeed Insights to check your site's speed and identify areas for improvement. Optimize your website for mobile devices. Make sure your website is easy to navigate. Your menu should be clear, your pages well organized, and users should be able to find what they're looking for easily. Avoid intrusive pop-ups or ads that disrupt the user experience. We've already touched on EAT, but it's so important that it deserves its own chapter. Google wants to see that you're an expert in your field, and that your website is a trustworthy source of information. Start by beefing up your About Us page. Tell your story, showcase your expertise, and give people a reason to trust you. Create author bios for all of your content creators. Highlight their credentials, experience, and anything else that establishes them as an authority in their niche. Make sure your content is well-researched and factually accurate. Finally, make sure your website is secure. Install an SSL certificate so your website uses HTTPS. By now, you're probably familiar with Google Search Console, but it's time to take your relationship to the next level. This free tool from Google is a goldmine of information about your website's performance. Check for any manual actions. This is where Google will tell you if they've manually penalized your website for violating their guidelines. Look for any coverage issues. This will show you if Google is having trouble crawling or indexing your website, which can affect your rankings. Use the performance report to see how your website is performing in search results. Finally, submit a sitemap to Google Search Console. This helps Google understand the structure of your website and index your pages more effectively. Google doesn't have to be scary. Take control of your SEO. Look, I get it. Recovering from a Google algorithm update can feel like an uphill battle, but I want you to know that it is possible. With consistent effort and by focusing on the right strategies, you can rebuild your traffic and come back stronger than ever. By focusing on quality, providing value, and staying up to date with Google's best practices, you'll be well on your way to SEO success. If you're ready to dive deeper and get even more actionable tips on recovering from the Google spam update, I've created a comprehensive guide that you can download for free using the link in the description below. And hey, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more SEO strategies and website growth tips. Thanks for watching.